Let me teach you how to achieve this very beautiful, trendy, two-layered gather gown. Trust me when I say it is super easy to make. But before I start my tutorial, let me welcome you to Sew With Anita, where I share tips that no one talks about that will elevate your sewing skills from a basic to a professional. So if you're just joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Hit the like and subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I drop videos like this. To my returning subscribers, I see you guys. I love you all so much and I don't take your likes, your shares and your comments for granted. Without further ado, let's dive into this tutorial. For this, I made use of 6 yards of my Ankara fabric. That is 1 pack of Ankara fabric, and I made use of 1 yard of my velvet material. So this velvet is stretchy on one side and not stretchy on the other side, so you can just make use of your stretching fabric for this. So when using this, make use of this stretchy part. So as you can see, I'm trying to look for the part that is most stretchy. So do you see that? Let the stretchy part be facing you. So please don't make mistake, because most beginners make this mistake. Let the stretchy part be facing you. Then you're going to place it on a fold, right side facing each other, and take your horizontal measurement on that point. So your horizontal measurement should be from the stretchy part. So I'm trying to get the maximum amount of fold I'll be needing, which is your hip measurement divided by 4. There is no need for allowance for this because it is a stretchy fabric. You need it. You don't add sewing allowance to stretchy fabrics so that you can get that nice snatched effect. So because this velvet is actually difficult to work with, it keeps rolling, so I'm trying to just arrange it out so that I don't have any form of fold, and I'm going to pin it so that it can be straight. Then to start my measurement, I'm going to minus 6 inches from my starting line, because that is the standard off shoulder measurement. So I'll be minusing 6 inches, but because I want to use 1 inch for folding, I'm going to bring out 1 inch from this point, from my starting line first of all. So this is going to serve as my folding allowance for this. So after marking it out, I'm going to take my measurement from that point I just drew. So make sure that your tape is on number 6. Then you're going to take your shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus ½ inch. Then I'll mark it out like that. So this is our armhole line or our chest line. Then I'm going to take my shoulder to waist point and I'm going to mark it out. So my shoulder to half up, which is 17 inches in my own case. And on the first line, which is my starting line, I'm going to mark out my shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then I'll mark it there and on my armhole line and connect the line. Then I'm going to take my bust round measurement on that armhole line. Then I'm going to mark it out, and then I'll just connect a slope like that for my armhole curve. So this is what I'm doing. Then on my waistline, I'm going to take my waist round measurement divided by 2 and I'm going to mark it out. Then I'll connect the line. You can use your curved ruler for it so that you can have a better effect. Remember that we are not adding any sewing allowance to this, so please take note of that. Then from your waistline, come down by your waist to hip measurement. So this measurement is standard and it depends on your hip size. So me, I'm on the smaller side, so I made use of 8 inches, and on that line I'll take my hip round measurement divided by 4 and I'm going to connect it round like this. After doing that, I'll just go ahead to cut this out. So this is actually very easy. After cutting, ensure that you pin it firmly. Then after cutting it out, I'll place it on a fold again. Make use of the stretchy part, please take note of that. And then we're going to place the front piece on this other piece to cut the back piece. So please ensure that the stretchy part is facing you. After cutting that, I'm going to be separating the front from the back. So I'll be cutting the back piece. So I'm going to remove the other piece there. The difference between the front and the back piece is that the back piece will be starting from the armhole line. So I'm just going to be adding 1 inch folding allowance for that. So I just hope you understand. stand. Then I'm going to cut off the remaining, so ensure that you've separated it from the front piece before cutting. After doing that, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to place the front piece on it, right side facing each other. So ensure that the armholes are meeting and then the lower length is meeting too. So just go ahead and arrange it. Working with this velvet was kind of difficult because you need to arrange it well so that it doesn't have any form of fold. So I'll then pin it down and just turn it over to the other side so that it can be easier for me to view. So you see that the front is higher than the back, because for the front we're trying to cover the bust. We don't want the bust to be too revealing. So do you see? So now I'm just going to extend down my shoulder to waist measurements there. So that point we marked our shoulder to waist, I'm extending it because I want to get that asymmetric effect. So from my waist point, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. This is actually optional. You can make use of 2 inches if you want. It just depends on how well you want it to sit on your waist. And I'll connect it down to my hip line too. So the way you position your curve actually matters. It depends on how well you want it to be curvy. So it just depends on you. The way you curve it depends on the results that you're going to get. So after doing this, I'll then go ahead to cut it, but please ensure that the 2 points are meeting. Ensure that the 2 points are actually equal and meeting, especially when you're working with a stretchy fabric. It's going to be difficult to actually align them together. So I'm going to just cut it out like this. After cutting it out, I'm going to get my Ankara fabric and I'll open it up. Then I'm going to measure out 1.5 yards of fabric. It depends on how full you want the up layer to be. So after cutting it out, I've separated it. I'll gather out this other one for the lower layer, and this is for my first layer. So I'm just going to mark out the wrong side. Then I'm going to place this on a fold like this. So just take note of the way I'm placing it on a fold. I'll place it on a fold into 4 like this. Then I'll measure what I have there. It's giving me about 11 inches. Then I'll separate it open like this. So I'll be using 2 for the front, 2 for the back. So I'm going to be joining the fabric. Then after joining it, I'll then fold one part of the Ankara like that, and the other side I'll be running gathering stitch on it. So for this one, I haven't really opened it up, so I'll just arrange it so that the 2 ends are equal like that. So I want to get the length of this my Ankara fabric that I'll be using. So that point is my shoulder to waist, right? Then plus 1 inch. So I'll then minus that 18 inches from my full length to get the length of my Ankara fabric. So I'll add extra 2 inches for this for folding. Then I'm going to mark it out like this and I'll cut off the excess. Then after cutting it off, I'm going to fold the lower end, and the top side I'm going to run gathering stitch on it. You can use your needle and thread, or you can use your machine for this. Then for the chest point that we're going to be folding, in order for us to have a neat finishing, I'll be using my elastic for this. So I'm going to get my bust round measurement divided by 2, and then I'm going to minus 2 inches from that. So my bust round measurement is divided by 2 is 15. I'm going to minus 2 inches from that, and I'm going to cut it out on my elastic like this. So I'll be cutting 2 pieces of this. Then I'm going to attach this lining to each of them, right side facing each other. So on the right side, I'm going to pin it down. So just take note of what I'm doing. That point I'm pinning it, I'll just give it a very straight stitch. I'll be using 1/4 inch to sew it, so I'll just be sewing it at the edge like that. So I'll just give it a straight stitch. This is what I have after stitching it down, so I'm going to just fold it like this. So do you see that it's already giving this neat finishing? So I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to fold it again so that the lining doesn't show. So that the lining does not show. Then we're going to sew the edge. That point I'm pinning just the edge like that is there. so that it can secure it. You know that this is a stretchy fabric and it won't really be looking nice if you top stitch. So I don't really like to top stitch on my stretchy fabric, so I'm just going to use this to finish it up like that. So I'll just sew the edge and I'll do the same thing for the back piece too. So you see the way I stitched it down, I'll fold it first of all like this, then I'm going to fold it again. So that is what that 1 inch sewing allowance we left at the top was for. So I'll fold it again so that the lining, the elastic does not show. Then I'll run stitch on that point that I pinned it down. Then I'm going to join these two fabrics together, right side facing each other. So I'm just going to place them on each other and I'm going to join that side. So look at the way I'm joining it. Let the lower end be equal. Remember that the top side is not equal because of that armhole, and then we're going to stitch it down with 1 inch. Please use 1 inch. After doing that, this is what I have. Then I'm going to be adding my gathering stitch to this. So I already gathered the longer layer, but please, you're actually meant to start with the shorter layer. That was a mistake. So please gather the short layer first of all before the long layer. It's actually going to make your work a lot easier, because this mistake was made due to a little bit of distraction, and at the end I had to just pay for it because I struggled a lot working with this. So please join the short layer first of all before the long layer. So I hope you understand. And for us to be able to join it, you're going to measure what you have around it. So ensure that your gathering is the same measurement with what you have on your top fabric. So ensure that the measurement is the same thing. You can go ahead and measure it just to confirm, or you can just place it on it to confirm. So ensure that the gathers is the same. Once you have that equal the same, you can then tie the rope so that it does not move around. So this is going to make your work a lot easier. Then after tying it, you're then going to place the main fabric on its right side facing each other. So let your gathers be at the right side. You should position it right side facing each other like that. Then I'm going to start pinning it. Ensure that you gather it very well. Let the gathers be even. Then you are going to pin it around. Please don't forget that we are supposed to start with the shorter layer of the gathers. I meant to start with the shorter layer, not this long one. It was a little bit of, I was distracted and I lost focus, so I'm very sorry about that. So just gather it very well, ensure that the gathers are equal, and then you can then stitch it down like that. So just go ahead and pin it. So even when you want to sew it on the machine, because we're working with a stretchy fabric and you don't want your fabric to lose its stretchiness, there's a special way of sewing it. So we're just going to get one point that we pinned, and then we're going to drag it. Ensure that your needle is inside of your fabric so you can hold it firm. Then you're then going to spread that gather so that it can be even. You know that this is a stretchy fabric. If you don't drag it, that point that you sew, if you sew it like that, it might lose its stretchiness. So just drag it a little bit like this, and then we're going to sew it. So ensure that you spread the gathers too so that it can have even gathering stitch. So we just sew it a little bit, then you put your needle inside of the fabric and then you gather it so that the gathers will not be in just one side. So just take note of what I'm doing. So this is going to help you so that point when you are done joining it to the Ankara, it will still be stretchy. So just take note of what I'm doing. I'm going to do this gradually actually. So you see that there's another point that I pinned, and in between them we have gathers. So just hold the next point that you pinned, hold it firmly, then spread the gathers that is there. We are dragging it a little bit, so that stretchy part, so that it will not lose its stretchiness. It will still be stretchy by the time we are done sewing it, and it will not be too stiff. So just take note of what I am doing there, and we're going to give it a straight stitch with half of an inch. So it's actually very easy if you take your time to do this one after the other. You don't really need to give it a very long straight stitch. Stitch is small, then you arrange the gathers. So this is what I have. Then I'll then be placing the second gathers to this. So like I said, the first gather, this shorter one is supposed to be the first one I'm supposed to place, then I'll put the long one under it. But I was distracted and it cost me a lot trying to top stitch this on this, because it was very, very difficult, trust me, especially when working with a stretchy fabric. So I don't want you to make the same mistake that I did. So we're just going to do the same thing we did for the first fabric. We're going to gather it out. Ensure that you gather it very well and ensure that it is the same measurement. Once you are done ensuring that okay, this gathers is the same measurement, you can then tie it so that it does not move around like I'm doing. Then after doing that, you can then pin it down very well, pin it on every edge, and then we can then sew it together. So I hope you understand this. So after joining it, this is what I have. I'm going to place it on each right side facing each other because I want to join that side. So joining this side is also a little bit tricky, but it is very easy. Just push in the first layer that you see there, and we're going to be making the two waist points to meet. We'll stitch it with 1 inch downwards, so ensure that you are not stitching on the first layer. So this is what I have after doing it. The first layer is not joined. Then we're going to place it together right side facing each other and stitch it down with 1/2 inch like this. So by the time we turn to the right side, it's already giving that full gathers. Then we're going to be attaching the sleeve to this. So for this sleeve, we're going to be making use of the stretchy part. So look for the part that is stretchy, and that side is where we're going to place it on the shoulder like this. So we're going to measure it out. Remember that we minus 6 inches from this, so meaning that our sleeve length should be 6 inch for one side. So for the both side, for the front and back, it should be 12 inches, but I'm going to be minusing 2 inches from this, making it just 10 inches. So I'm going to measure out what I have. It's going to be 10 inches by 12 inches because we're going to be pleating it. So just mark that 12 inches, and I'm going to mark it at the other point too. I've gone ahead to mark out 10 inches by 12 inches. I'll be cutting 2 pieces of this, one for one sleeve and the other for the other sleeve. So that point that is 10 inches, I'm going to place it on it like this. I'll pleat this side a little bit on the main fabric. So I'm going to be measuring 3 inches. I'll mark it out, and that is where my sleeve is going to start from. So I'm just going to pin that point there. Then I'm going to pleat it on it. Please place this on it right side facing each other because that's the way we're going to stitch it. We're not top stitching. It's going to be right side facing each other, and we're going to do the same thing for the other side too. We're just going to pleat it on it like that and sew it. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. You see this other dress, this is actually an ashrabi dress. For the other dress, I've already dropped a tutorial on it. If you're interested in it, go ahead and hit the link in the description box. And if you still haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on helpful tutorials like this. See you in my next video.